Hi, and welcome to IMO. Today we have Beth Ann and Diane and myself, Alika. We have several topics we're going to talk about this week. First off, you might wonder why we're all wearing red. This week is Go Red for Women Week as part of the American Heart Week with the American Heart Association. And of course, it's also Valentine's Day.
Right.
So the combination of the two made us want to kind of wear red to send out a symbol to you. A lot of people don't realize that the #1 killer of women is cardiovascular disease. It's not breast cancer. I know breast cancer gets a lot of press out there, but actually heart disease kills more women than breast cancer. Are either of you have anyone in your family that has been affected by heart disease or cardiovascular disease?
Not a woman, but I was very shocked to hear this, and also shocked to hear that the effect of a heart attack is very different for a woman than it is for a man. The signs and symptoms are quite different, and so often women don't realize that they're having a heart attack, and fewer women that are having a heart attack call 911 than men do.
Well, because we think we can handle it all, just like everything else in our life, right?
I was thinking that.
Go home and take an Advil and you're good.
Well, and also we bear children, so our pain threshold is men much higher than yours, and so
we think we can take care of it.
You know, oh, we have a little ache and we get over it very quickly, and meanwhile we're having a heart attack. Isn't that surprising?
I think it's sad. I think it's very sad. I ended up getting an email about the signs and what you should look for when you think that somebody is actually having a stroke, and it was ask them to smile, ask them to recite some kind of a nursery rhyme.
Drink a glass of water.
Do you know the other ones?
No.
Say the alphabet. Raise your arm was another one. So these are all very simple things that you can do that, and if there's, the other one that I thought was very interesting was ask them to stick out their tongue, and if it's crooked, that's another unusual sign. So,
and these are all signs of stroke, just to make that clear.
Right. But I'm just saying that, you know, these are all very interesting things that we would never even know about.
No. We should talk about the signs and symptoms of a woman having a heart attack, which are somewhat different from a man's.
Okay, do you know what they are?
And I wish I could remember.
Actually,
no. Go ahead, sorry.
No, I was going to say that the American Heart Association's website has very definitive information on what symptoms to look for a woman having a heart attack, and also, of course, for men. And I wanted to also talk about the risk factors. That's something that a lot of women can do to prevent maybe having a heart attack.
Okay. Some
risk factors are preventable, and some risk factors are not. For example, I am at a higher risk of having heart disease because I'm African American. And there's nothing really I can do about that, I don't think. And there's some other things. Some people have high blood pressure, and even when they change their diet, they go on medication, they still have that. That can be a risk factor.
High
cholesterol is one.
Okay.
And there's some that are preventable. You have high cholesterol?
Yes, very.
Okay. Have you always had that?
Yes, always.
Does anybody in your family have it?
No.
No?
No.
How interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. So in your case, it's probably something that's you've had it your whole life, so maybe it wasn't preventable.
No, but you can take medication and control it.
Right.
So just like high blood pressure, you can control.
Right.
So overweight is one of them. Sweating profusely, or which I thought was interesting because we have hot flashes. So if a woman started to get hot and sweaty, she may be having a heart attack. Meanwhile, we're going, oh, it's just another.
I'm having a menopausal mental moment, right?
So I think we have excuses for just about everything.
Right.
We do.
Right.
And some of the risk factors are preventable, or at least can mitigate your risk, right? So if you exercise, that reduces your risk. They say that people who are sedentary have a higher risk of heart attack. If you eat a lot of fruits and vegetables, you really should aim for 9 to 11 servings of fruits and vegetables a day.
Here she goes on the fruits and vegetables again.
Hey.
9.
9 to 11 a day, and it really is not that much. Half a cup of juice, for example, is 1 serving of fruit. So it's 4 ounces. You're not asking for a lot here, okay? But that definitely reduces your risk, not only of heart disease, of course, but also of cancer. But those are like two big things that people can do is exercise. Even if you just take a walk around your block. If you were previously sedentary, take a walk around the block.
Right, right.
So I think there's things that we can do that maybe as Americans we tend not to do.
So it's all great information. It's all about educating yourself and
Just be aware that we're at risk because we're women. So.
Absolutely, absolutely. So go to the website and see what they have to say, and education is the best form of prevention, right?
Exactly. And the local chapter of the American Heart Association is sponsoring a Go Red for Women luncheon, which will be taking place on Tuesday, February 15th at the Mass Mutual Center in Springfield. And actually, this February-March edition of Western Mass Women magazine, if you open the first page, right inside the cover, right here, excuse me, Diane, has all the details about the luncheon on Tuesday. And there's huge sponsors of this luncheon, including Western Mass Women magazine, by the way. And we will be there at a table. If you'd like to come and meet us, we will be there, and you can come and talk to us. And I personally would love to hear any stories you may have about heart disease, how it affected your family, or if there's other topics you'd like to see us discuss. Please come on by the luncheon, come on by the Mass Mutual Center. The luncheon does cost money, but to come by to meet us at the table does not cost any money. And it starts at 9:30 a.m. on February 15th. And we'll be right back after this message from the American Heart Association featuring Betty White.
Want to hear a joke?
Oh, yes, sure.
What's the #1 killer of women?
Well, you're still here, so that rules out crankiness.
And tracksuits.
Heart disease.
But that's a joke?
Oh, no, it's an absolute fact, but the American Heart Association says you can save lives by passing it along to 5 women you love.
Aww.
So I'm starting with 3 I tolerate. That's a joke.